Work. Yeah. What's up, world? Here we are again.
What up,
I.O.W. Sports, episode 67. Welcome to the Thursday episode. It's your boy Walker in the building. You know who that guy is.
Right.
Detroit Mail, the man with the grand master plan for the I.O.W. network.
What's happening?
Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Almost the end of the week. We are now in July, y'all.
July.
Hot as hell. Hotter than the devil's dick out in this motherfucker.
Man, that nigga burning?
Burning.
Shoot. I think he needs some penicillin.
Hot. That boy coming in hot.
Right. Love though, Mel.
Mel, what's up? Shout out Mel.
He said Lamar, you should have took that bet.
Oh,
that nigga came on. That already? He must have been waiting. He said, wait, this nigga get on.
Nah. Another homeboy took that bet, Chris, because Mel was confident that Clippers was going to push it to Game 7. But we'll get into that in just a bit.
You should have came to me.
I know.
I would have told you.
Let's get all the preliminary shit out the way, the shit that pays the bills. Y'all going over to the website, www.iof119.com.
Right.
That is a website where you can get all the information of all the social platforms that we are associated with the I.O.W. network. On the website, you can go donate to the Patreon, help the brothers out, so we get more equipment, line up some shows on the road.
Right.
And then most importantly, y'all can go on over there, go cop some merch. You see the merch we got on. I got the t-shirt looking real slim and black. Okay. I don't know what that move was, but
you doing my
that's I'm too sexy for my shirt. Yeah, whoa. Chill out, sir. This is not
you said it's hot, nigga.
This is not a Triple X show.
Starting to sweat.
Yeah, this guy over here is on another level already. And then most importantly, if you haven't already, and this is why it's important to get the I.O.W. network app, because hour number 2 is exclusively on the I.O.W. network app. And where can you get it? Well, I tell you.
Do tell.
Going over to your respective app stores. If you are Apple iOS user, go to the Apple Store. If you are Google Android user, go over to the Google Play Store and download the I.O.W. network app. Just type in I.O.W. no space network, and it'll pop right up.
Right on up.
So now that we got all the preliminary shit up out the way, the shit that pays a bill, let's get down to the nitty gritty, to the business of what we all came here to do. We came here to talk some sports, y'all.
Right.
And the leading headline, of course, is your boy Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns are headed to the NBA Finals. They dispatched of the Clippers last night, 130 to 103. In great fashion. Look, I can't even front. I didn't see a game like this coming from the CP3. If you look at the whole series, he's coming back. He missed games 1 and 2 of the Western Conference Finals due to COVID, and then didn't have a great game in Game 3. Didn't have a great game in Game 4. Also didn't have a great game in Game 5. But this one,
how to win the count.
He said, nah, damn that.
I ain't going home.
I ain't not going home. No more
I'm
blowing.
I'm not about to be LeBron.
No, not on vacation.
Right. I'm not about to be Utah.
Yeah, it's like literally his travel agent called him. He was like, "So, where you want to go, bro?" He's like, "Nah, bump that. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to the
I ain't
finals."
got time to shoot no more State Farm commercials.
Yeah, he said no more State Farm commercials.
I'm about to get these finals.
I'm about to get to these finals. So in 35 minutes, Chris Paul went 16 of 24, very efficient night. And the biggest stat I saw, 7 from 8 from downtown.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I mean, is it fair to say that everybody feels that Chris Paul isn't the greatest shooter? But you know, when he get his shots, he's efficient. He's efficient, but 7 from 8 from downtown.
Right.
I never seen him do a stat line like that. You know, 3 and 4 boards, 8 assists, 3 steals.
He was like, I ain't going home.
Hey,
he played like he wanted to go to the final.
It's the stat line I love. 0 turnovers.
That's always important.
I love that. 0 turnovers.
Right.
41 points, of course. I mean, what can you say about that performance? That was bonkers. It was bananas. It was nuts. Like my goodness.
It was bound to happen.
It
was bound to happen. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He had to get back into the swing of things after hurting that shoulder when LeBron pushed him. No. I'm starting a new headline. LeBron hurt him on purpose.
Look, we normally don't do this, but I need it. You got it queued up. I need to get some shit off my chest real quick.
Oh shoot! Oh,
yeah. So I need to get it off my chest before we get too deep into this situation. Holla at your boy! I need you. You got something to say? That motherfucker Pat Beverly.
Oh, we starting with that already?
Yes, I got to. I got to.
That's not on the script.
I know it ain't on the script.
Go ahead.
But I felt it. I felt it in my soul that I need to get this off.
Ha.
So my thing is if you are going to chirp all series long,
right?
Matter of fact, Pat Beverly chirps in his sleep. He chirps when he takes a shit. He chirps when he eats. He chirps at church.
Right.
He chirps any and everywhere.
Okay.
If you are going to chirp, now when the chirping comes back to you, you better be able to take it.
Right.
And in the most ugliest, punkest, bitch assness moves I've ever seen in my life.
Google that. I don't
Google it. It's a word, bitch assness. He gets mad at Chris Paul. If you guys see the replay, it might have looked like Chris Paul might have said something.
It was really hard to tell.
It was really hard to tell.
He said it like real quick, like
So
he must have said something like, "Baby."
I think he said something.
He ain't say nothing like a long phrase.
No,
he said something real quick.
It was definitely like a quick 4 or 5 letter word.
Right.
You know, probably some vulgarity. And for him to literally immediately turn around and a man that is facing him with his back and walking away from him and to do one of the most softest bitch assness moves and to literally, it wasn't a push. That was a shove. And literally like, wow.
I mean, he could have really injured my man. Cause you know, you think about your body is limp, you're not expecting it.
When you relax.
And you nice and relax, boy. And you see his neck kind of snap back a little bit.
That whiplash.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he could have really seriously injured my man just because you can't take nothing.
That was one of the most,
especially if that's you've been talking the whole series, bro.
That is my thing.
You talking the whole series. So somebody say something back to you now.
Now it's a problem.
Now it's a problem. And now, my problem. I won't let you finish.
So at the time that it happened, it was probably like 5 minutes late, maybe 5:49 left.
Right.
You know,
no time. Pretty much over.
Yeah, they were up by, I don't know, maybe 16, 17. Maybe they could have made a run. I don't know. I doubt it. But for you to take that time to get mad because now that the heat's been put on you, because you've been, oh my gosh, I can't stand motherfuckers that talk shit, chirp, but can't take it.
Right.
That's one of the biggest pet peeves I ever have in life, not just sports, just in general. That was and for Pat Beverly to actually have a good series where he's been mentioned as a great defensive player, you know, every now and then come up with a good offensive play. I thought he played spectacular. And now he just threw all that good talk that people had to say about him right out the window because you look like a bitch right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the most classless, soft ass, bitch assness moves I didn't ever seen in my life. And that's why I had to get that off my chest, because I can't believe that this man has the audacity to do something like that.
Humiliated gall.
Yeah, the gall to do that. Like, dog, take this shit like a man. You've been talking hella shit the whole series. And now that you know that your season is over and you about to go talk to your travel agent and book your tickets to Belize or Paris or Cancun or Hawaii, and now you mad because the man chirped back at you. Oh, bro, you've been dishing it all series. You could have potentially hurt Chris Paul on that screen in Game 5, mocked him, talking about he flopping.
Right.
You know, you doing all that. You staring people down. You clapping in their face. You swatting balls at their hand on no pause in dead ball spots.
Right.
Being an antagonist. Being a pest.
Right.
Being literally just an annoyance to your opponents all series long. And now that you under the realization that you about to go on vacation, now you mad. Sit your punk ass down, Pat Beverly. Sit your punk ass all the way down.
All the way.
Go enjoy that vacation.
Not halfway, not a quarter way,
all
not
the way down.
All the way.
And this is what bothers me, because I love Pat Beverly's story. You know, he took the long road to get to the NBA. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. I like underdogs. I like that story. But you can't do this shit. Because now I can't even respect you as a man. Damn the basketball part, because if you behaving like this on the court, I know how you is off the court. You not that dude. You's a bitch. And I got off my chest.
Holla at your boy!
Soft ass
nigga. Little ass nigga.
Well, I want to say this, and then we're gonna move on. But couple things. One, I'm gonna say this about Pat Beverly. I'm hoping that this is a momentary thing, that this is not who you are character-wise.
I doubt it.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you know, you're getting your feelings, you know, the emotions out there, and, you know, you talk about playoff run, blah, 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 and you see it's coming to an end. However, I want to raise the issue is, if I'm Devin Booker, if I'm DeAndre Ayton, or any one of the Suns, and that happened to Chris Paul, I'm getting that Pat. I can't allow that to happen, because that means somebody else see that and they think they can do something similar or something else.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta show you not gonna just do our leader like that.
Yeah.
You know, we clearing the bench.
I hear you.
I mean, what we got to lose? They can't take the game break from us.
No, but I not to discredit what you're saying. Me personally, I think that they're under the impression like, that best motherfucker about to go on vacation. We got to go to the finals. We're not going to jeopardize any suspensions or anything like that to miss a minute of the finals. So I think I'm under the impression that that's probably what they were thinking. But to piggyback off what you're saying, if I'm one of them guys, we definitely gonna have some words.
Oh yeah, saying something.
And then if need be, I might see you in a parking lot.
Right.
You know, and I'll take my lumps and punishments if there's a parking lot situation. But I don't know if the NBA can really do anything about that. But on the court, hey bitch, I'll catch you later.
Right.
I probably would have left it at that. So, you know, I feel what you're saying, but I'm not going to jeopardize, especially, and it's big on CP3 not to retaliate in that situation, because he understands the importance of his presence to his team. Right. And then just look at his 16-year journey. He's not going to jeopardize,
I want to tell you,
know, being suspended.
You got plenty of scrubs on that bench. Hey man, look, we throw extra $1 million in your pocket. Go handle
Go
that.
handle that.
You know what I'm saying? Something needs to be done. Go handle that.
Hey man, you ain't gonna see
You
no
know,
minutes in the
the
final.
one nobody knows on the roster chart unless you look up the roster on Google.
On Google, be like,
Oh, that nigga. Yeah.
Hey, you look at the bottom,
Right.
says DNP
Right.
for did not play, coach's decision. On him?
Oh, him?
Hey, bro.
I got a job for you, bro.
Got a job for you.
Go handle that.
I'll pay for your fine.
Right.
I'll even throw a little extra cash in.
Right.
Go get you a new whip.
Mm-hmm. Go handle that.
Go handle that shit. Go ahead, lump that motherfucker up real quick.
But I mean, to me, it's like you don't push him in the back like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's say he said something, he walked away, and he's having to turn around before he can get to say something. I smack him in the back of the head before I push him. You know what I'm saying? That way he'll turn around and get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. I would do something like that because his back is turned. He already walked away from me.
Yeah.
And if the emotion that got to me, I was like, I'll smack this nigga in his head.
Yeah.
He hopefully he'll turn around. We can square up. That type of thing. But I ain't gonna push him in his back. I mean, you can really hurt my man.
That whiplash was pretty.
Because I mean, his neck was like,
yeah.
I was like, dang.
I done that falling asleep on the couch a couple times. Almost fucked my neck.
I did that for you guys.
Like, oh shit.
So, yeah, got a show to do.
I'm just saying, like, look, if you was gonna run up on him, you couldn't get in front of him. You couldn't, hey, bro, turn around real quick or something, or didn't have some words. But
what can they have said, bro, that make you want to do something like that?
He probably said, "Your mama hoe."
Okay, I can say that. But even with that, so you just holler at him after the game.
Hey,
what's that you saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Oh, what was that? Oh, soon hit 0, you can holler at him.
Hey,
I mean, you already going home anyway,
yeah.
So it doesn't matter. But to push him in his back, I mean, I don't know their relationship off the course. I don't know if they cool, know each other.
I can imagine they probably don't have one.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times niggas be cool. You don't know they cool, so and they get into the emotional thing. I feel you. And kind of my bad, bro. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
it's just a heated moment,
right? Like what I'm saying, heated moment,
bro.
blah blah blah. But so if they had that kind of relationship, I wouldn't push him in his back. And if I did have, just out of respect for him being another man, I'm saying, come on, bro. I ain't out here trying to injure you.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Speaking of injury, we see that we have another injury we need to talk about.
Oh yeah.
In the Eastern Conference Final.
Man, this injury makes this Eastern Conference Final very interesting. Very interesting.
Right.
So of course, y'all saw the freak freak accident on Tuesday night.
Right.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Hyperextended his left knee.
Right.
And it also didn't help that Clint Capella's big ass kind of helped that hyperextension, kind of bumped into him too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a nasty hyperextension. It looked like Giannis was trying to, walk it off and at one point I thought he was going to try to attempt to get back in the game. And it sucks because at the point of the injury, it looks like the Bucks were actually starting to make a run to get back in that game. But so there's good news and bad news for the Bucks about that situation. They're saying there's no structural damage to the knee, so that's the good news. The bad news is, they lose him for tonight, and who knows for the rest of the series. So you got Game 5 tonight, then you got Game 6 Saturday,
right, and
then possibly if it goes to 7 on Monday. So what you're talking about? 5 days?
Yes.
Is he able to bounce back in 5 days? I don't know, but I'm looking at this injury in two ways, of course, from both sides. For the Bucks, you lose your engine to your whole team.
Right.
Giannis is very important to the defensive side of the ball, and he's very important when it comes to getting the offense going by playing inside out.
Right.
Very key to that.
Right.
It starts with him. Mediocre Middleton So that's the guy. Is he the guy to pick up the offensive slack now?
This nigga you counting on? I'll say this. First of all, for sure Middleton and Holiday gonna have to step up.
Big time.
That's
big time.
That goes without saying.
Oh, without a doubt.
I don't think Middleton is mediocre. I just think Middleton is inconsistent.
Well, I got nicknames for Pacer P, so
yeah,
mediocre Middleton. That's what I'm rocking with.
I think that he has games where he's like wow.
Yeah, because he lit him up in that game 3?
Yeah, he like wow.
Lit him up.
He was like he just Tim Hardaway Jr.
Ooh,
that's him. You know what I'm saying? He's the Bucks Tim Hardaway Jr.
That's a damn near good fair assessment.
You know what I'm saying? Like one game, you like, oh wow,
yeah,
Dallas might win this thing.
Yeah,
the next game, they ain't looking good. They ain't looking good. They ain't looking good. Yeah. That's the same thing with Middleton, man. It's like Bucks about to run away with this, and then next game he come out like, is the nigga playing?
Where'd he go?
Man, where you go? He get ghost quick.
I mean, because he's having inconsistent shots, just kind of games, like you're saying, and he's not having great shooting nights.
Right.
Like going, I think he went 0 for 9, 0 for 7 in one of those games from downtown.
Right.
You're supposed to be the best shooter.
Well, in this case now, he doesn't have a choice.
He got no
choice. Him
choice.
and Holiday doesn't have a choice. They're going to have to change the way they play because they don't have anybody like Giannis that can draw that, that double team or can come through the hole and kick it back out. That they'll collapse the defense. Nobody's going to be like, you ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Who going to do it? Lopez? I mean, not Lopez. What's my man's name?
What, PJ Tucker?
PJ Tucker.
No, he
ain't going to do it.
No. I mean, it got to be Middleton and Drew.
Right. I mean,
that's the only two that for sure.
Yeah, you can't run it. You can't run it through PJ Tucker.
No.
So it's like they're gonna have to change the way they play. I think this is a big loss. I don't think they can win without Giannis. And that's a series.
And that's the thing, because for the most part, Giannis is actually pretty durable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you see a lot of Bucks games without him.
Right.
So to your credit and what you're saying, I really don't know what to expect.
I don't either, bro.
I really don't.
I don't either. I will say I think they can luck up and win one game, but the series I can't see, and that's what Trey not playing.
And that's it. And I kind of get alluding to that what you just said, but when you got the Bucks who still with Giannis were playing dumb basketball,
right,
of still yakking up threes and not being consistently hitting them,
right,
that was already an issue. And so Shannon Sharp, I was laughing at him because he said, man, the Bucks play stupid basketball, Skip. Skip, they play stupid basketball. Why are you over here jacking up all them threes? And he got a point.
Right.
You're not efficient enough or making enough threes to keep yakking so many attempts up from 3.
I think it's the way the game is being played now anyway.
But that's not their game.
I've seen people, you come down a fast break, they shooting up threes. That's
crazy.
That's crazy. And I think too,
I remember back in the day, a coach would pull you.
Right.
I'm like, bro, you on a fast break, you better go to the hole.
Right. You get the most high percentage
shots.
Easy shot. I will say though that with the Bucks, I just can't see. Let me back up. I'm gonna go back to that point.
I think first of all, I think where you're leading to is Budenholzer ain't good enough coach to make.
I don't understand.
It happen either.
You don't have you playing a team don't have their best player.
Yeah.
Why are you jacking up all these threes? Now, granted, he's not out there doing it, but you pull him in. Hey man, look. We need to take advantage of them not having Trey.
Yeah.
And that way we go up on them. So if Giannis go down, technically all they do is win one game.
Honestly, you know what? In that game 4, I think the Bucks literally in their mind was like, oh, Trey ain't playing? Psh, come on, dog. We got this, dog. And they came in there all overconfident.
Right.
Not taking things serious. And you saw how the Hawks came out.
Mm-hmm.
They came out with urgency.
They knew, okay, they're gonna come. We're gonna try. We got to win and figure out a way to win.
And my boy Lemon Pepper was cooking, boy.
He was getting off.
Lemon Pepper Lou was cooking, dog.
He was getting off.
He was like, "Oh, word, I'm about to cook y'all niggas like them fucking wings at Magic City, boy. I'm about to cook y'all like the fish nuggets at Onyx, boy." He was like, "Oh, y'all think just because Trey ain't here, Trigger Trey ain't here, y'all still can't get got? Okay, I'm about to cook them up the lemon pepper, baby." He was like, "Okay, y'all keep fucking around thinking we ain't serious about this shit."
Yeah, that's why I think that the Bucks are through.
But also look at the different mentality in the coaches. So you know how NBA TNT kind of does a little, a little clip. They got the sound bites of the coaches.
Right.
You see Nate McMillan. "Hey guys, come on, play with urgency. We've been in this situation before. Remember, we was down in Philly. We were down 3-2. We can do it again."
Right.
And then you see Budenhauser. Not
okay, guys.
Yeah. Okay, guys. He's not taking that same initiative to spark something in his players.
It's not in it. It's not in him.
That's
That's why he should not be the coach.
I mean, we said it.
That's not in him.
He literally might have to win the championship to save his damn job.
I'll put it this way. I'm not like on a Bucks bandwagon like a lot of these people out here.
Yeah.
Commentating and stuff. But for where they are and for the situation they're in, there's no way they should not be in the finals. So I'll put that back on coaching.
Oh, definitely.
The talent is there. I mean, even with Middleton being inconsistent, there's no way, and there's no knock against the Hawks. They should not be beating the Hawks.
They got the better roster. Let's just call it what it is. Bucks got the better roster all around.
Mm-hmm.
But they're lacking the coaching. I don't care how you slice it. They're lacking the coach,
right?
That's going to get them over the hump. Because what was everybody saying? Especially the Bucks camp were feeling real confident. Oh, we got Drew Holiday. He was our missing piece. That was our last piece.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's here now.
Right.
What's
up with that piece, bro?
You know what I'm saying? Now shit has hit the fan. Now you lost your best player.
Right.
What the hell you gonna do now?
Lose. Lose.
So what I'm expecting tonight, I'm expecting. Well, yeah, I'm an L, but I don't want to be premature with it and say it's an automatic L because Trae Young is doubtful. Who knows if he's going to try to play? Because the way he was celebrating looked like he was all right.
Right.
He looked like he could probably would have went in and taken a couple of shots.
Yeah, I think Trae gonna play. Without Trae, I think the Bucks can beat him.
But I'm actually worried about that Clint Capella injury.
Mm-hmm.
He got the eye situation.
Right. And
he's pretty much their only big man.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can't play, it's small ball tonight.
Right.
and the Bucks had a small team. So, that's why I don't want to jump all the way in and say it's an automatic L.
And I'm going at 12 feet.
You going into the deep end, dog?
Mark my words.
Put an L on their forehead. Right. Now they Mario Brothers.
For real.
I mean, the Hawks also got it. They got to keep that same urgency. They got to keep that same mentality of, hey, Trae might not play, whether he's here or not. We still got to recreate that same magic in Game 4 because now the game's in Milwaukee. You're on the road,
right? It's a little hard to win, but I think that now with these injuries, it's really going down to coaching.
Oh, big time!
And I just think Nate's a better coach.
Oh, no arguments over here.
He's probably like right off 15 is better than Boomhausen. So I'm just saying. But in this, since we just talking about these two, Nate's a better coach.
And I don't even think it's even close.
No, it's not.
On
I said, it's too many times that they had opportunity to take advantage of a team and they didn't.
Bro, even when Kyrie went down in the Nets series,
right?
They didn't.
I'm gonna say all you had, but all they had was KD, pretty much.
Pretty much.
I mean, James Harden, when he did play, he couldn't move laterally. So why you not taking him? Holiday should have been taking him all day long.
And not only that, they should have attacked Harden when he was on defense.
Right.
On your offense possession.
You look at it like this.
Attack that one-legged man.
Not only that, you look at it like this. A person that's injured and can't move laterally side to side. When you blow past, what they gonna do? Reach in? That's a foul.
And
you know what I'm saying?
You talking about basketball,
right.
which you have to lateral move.
So you're gonna try to do something to overcompensate for that. And so, which will probably more likely turn into fouls. So now you got them in foul trouble. You get on the line. Those are free throws.
Emphasis on
right.
free.
Where you have, now those are points you're scoring right there. Easy points, free points.
Rack up your
points. You racking up. That's been all day long.
That series shouldn't even went to 7.
It shouldn't even went to 7. You know, especially you're supposed to be a high-powered Milwaukee Bucks. So I go back to coaching. You know what I'm saying?
Because and Shannon brought up the greatest point that I laughed at it. He pretty much was like, if I'm Budenhauser and you take another damn shot from 3, come sit your ass down.
Right.
Like literally.
That's what you gotta do, man.
Like I don't look. It happens in elementary, in middle school, in high school ball, in college ball.
Right.
It's still basketball in the pros. I don't care how much money they're getting paid. If you are doing basketball, if you are taking idiotic shots and you are putting our team in a bad position, come position your ass right here next to me on the bench.
I cleaned this off for you.
Bro. Yeah, like come on. Nice and clean
nice and clean for you, bro.
Oh, you need a towel?
Here you go. Go and get you a Gatorade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, get an ottoman, park your feet up.
Right, you good.
Come sit on the bench, bro. And I don't, is he too scared? Is he not what is he what? He afraid to you're the coach.
You the coach. You are the manager of the team. You're the one in charge.
You are literally the puppeteer, and your 15-man roster is your puppets.
Right.
You're supposed to pull the right strings to get shit cracking, get shit going in the right move.
That's right.
And is he too scared to make those calls?
He may be. That's why he don't need to be the coach.
Like
hashtag get rid of that.
Like, I get it. It's professional basketball. And I'm not a pro, but I know common sense.
Right.
Just with his coaching style, it lacks common sense thinking, just rational thinking shit.
It lacks quality.
Lacking quality thoughts up there.
Yeah, look at it. It's devoid of good thoughts. Well, I do want to bring this up too.
Yeah.
Now, I am sick of hearing the commentary out there where people are saying, well, I'm gonna go with Phoenix since Phoenix already punched their ticket. Well, and I'm paraphrasing. Their season is tainted because every team they went up to had injuries, so it's not really a real victory or a real win, or if they do in the championship, not a real championship, because they faced the Lakers with injured LeBron, injured AD. My thing was that if you look at the way the Lakers are playing, when LeBron and AD did play together,
they weren't playing great basketball
anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that's a piss poor argument with that, because they could still have beaten the Lakers.
In my opinion, yeah.
You take the Paul George series. I mean, I said the Clipper series.
Yeah.
Same thing. It would have been a better series with Kawhi.
Yeah.
Well, the 2 games that Kawhi played,
yeah,
they won.
I mean,
and then was it Denver?
Suns in Denver.
Yeah, when Denver they played,
they swept them.
They swept them and they didn't have
Jamal Murray.
They had Jamal Murray.
Well, Jamal Murray's been out before the playoffs even started.
But even with Murray,
he missed at least 10, 15, 20 regular season games.
My point, even with Murray, yes, they would have been a better team.
Yeah.
But I think the Suns could have beat them with Murray. Swept them, maybe not.
Yeah.
But they would have beat them with Murray. So I think
they had a better roster.
They had a better roster. So I think that's just like we always talk about, just people just throwing out fodder out there just so you can be like something to talk about.
And I get that. And you're 100% right.
Mhm.
But I will also add this caveat to it. When you look at Chris Paul's career,
Mhm.
of course, the thing that's been missed from him is the championship.
Right.
You know, they in my opinion, I think he's probably top 5 guard,
Okay.
point guard
Okay.
of all time. That's my opinion. You know, there's some people that just don't going to argue that. You know, cool, whatever. But he has never had a path to the championship with far less obstacles like this ever before.
Okay.
And to me, if you don't win this championship, I don't think you'll ever get one. I mean, and just look at the whole scenario of the path that him and his sons are taking right now. You know, say whatever, you know, injured AD, injured LeBron. They beat him.
They beat him.
Whatever. They beat Denver. No Jamal Murray. I don't care. They beat him. Swept them.
Right.
They go against the Clippers. They beat them. No Kawhi. I don't care.
And let me add this too. Even with the Clipper thing, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
You can't when Paul George have a great game and say, hey, you know, when Paul George is great, what he's doing is great. He's putting his team together. The Clippers look strong. And then in the same breath say, well, it's tainted because they ain't had Kawhi.
Yeah.
You know, because it works for your narrative against the Suns. Can't have it both ways. Either the Clippers are looking good with Paul George,
or they not.
No, it's not no both ways.
Yeah. Kawhi didn't play at all.
Right.
So, you know, that caveat's out of there.
All right. So it's like, bye, nigga.
Yeah.
You know, and I think now with the Eastern Conference Finals, you have a better argument with Brooklyn. I'm saying, I mean, far as like the Bucks beating Brooklyn and it not, cause no, they were down 2 of their best players.
Okay.
And you know, and Brooklyn was kind of like, you know, taunted. I mean, you know, not taunted. What's the word I want to say?
Pretty much penciled in
to be
East Conference champs.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah, and pretty much making the finals.
But I will say this: I think Brooklyn still could have beat Milwaukee had Steve Nash would have made better coaching decisions.
Right.
I'm gonna throw that in there.
I agree. There
was some boneheadness.
So even if you add that part into it, it still plays better in Brooklyn's favor, showing that the Bucks. If you're talking about tainted, now I'm not saying I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you have a better argument that the Bucks path may be more tainted because of they had advantage of poor coaching, lack of players. Where in the Phoenix side, it's not like Phoenix was a screw-up team.
No.
You know, it's not like Phoenix couldn't have beat them teams on paper, legitimately flat out with all the players there. Where with the Bucks, you can argue that they couldn't beat Brooklyn. Yeah. Now, for those who listen, say, "Why did the Bucks?" No, when I listen to what I'm saying closely, I'm saying you can argue, that Brooklyn couldn't beat the Bucks on paper. Versus if you look at Phoenix, you know, compared to the teams they played, Phoenix on paper
would have beat them. Could
have beaten them.
Yeah.
You know, or could have been favorites in some of those series, especially the Denver series.
I got you.
You know,
she had favorite in Lakers series.
Favorite in Lakers series with LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
You know, they would have been favorite. Now they probably would have been favorite for those bootlickers. You know what I'm saying? That, it's Go James, skip, go James, skip. You know what I'm saying? All right. That kind of thing. Skip that nigga dick out your mouth. You know. So
skip. You wild.
You know what I'm saying? But for those who just like looking at it, you know, from a pure standpoint, I believe that the Suns was favored against the Lakers.
No, they were.
And it was favorite. I mean, shoot, look where they were seeded. Number 2.
Number 2 seed. You're not a scrub team if you were number 2 seed. You are not a scrub team.
Right.
Period.
So my thing is like, I just don't understand. Well, I understand why they do it, but
because people try to find any.
I just think it's an idiotic argument.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? And then don't take away from
what they did.
From what they did. And that's on either team. I'm making a comparison based on what they were saying.
Yeah.
But if you
I
look
get
at
what
it from
you're
its
saying.
totality, from either team, they win it, man.
Period.
That's just the way sports is. You know, you can go, injuries happen in sports.
You're part
Period.
of the game.
That's part of what happens. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey,
Any sport,
soccer,
any sport.
anywhere you want to go down,
Injuries happen.
And as a team, first of all, when you construct a team, when you build a team, you built a team for injury. What I mean by that is like you try to put pieces in place. If Lamar Jackson go down, who had to back him up?
Yeah.
You know, and you try to find the best player,
Hey, it's called DEPTH. Spelling bee for you motherfucker. Death.
Okay.
DEPTH.
Right.
Death.
Right. You gotta have that.
It's important.
Right. And that's what you built your team, not just for,
and that's the building and what you're saying.
Right. Not just for starters, but what happens if the starters go down?
Yeah.
And that is part of the game also. So no, we're not going to take away from the Suns because what they accomplished from up to here and can accomplish moving forward is great for the Suns franchise.
Yeah. So
they haven't seen that since Barkley. And
where they ain't been in the playoffs in 10 years. Back when Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire and Mike D'Antoni was there.
Right.
You talking about a decade of a drought of not seeing the playoffs.
The finals since Barkley.
Yeah.
And Dan Marley and them.
Yeah. So KJ was a bad dude. I liked it.
Shout out to Mayor of San Francisco. Sacramento.
Oh yeah, he is. Mayor.
I don't know if he's still a mayor. He was the mayor.
I know at one point he was.
And what's my man name? Tom Chamberlain.
I don't remember him.
That's before that. That's way the white boy, tall.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. You can't discredit the Suns for what they did.
Right.
They showed up in every series and they won every series.
Right.
They did their job. It's regardless of who was available for the other team or who was available for their team. They won the series.
That's period.
But I gotta say, this to me, this is the most opportune time for Chris Paul to finally get one.
Right.
Because however you want to slice it, the West in the playoffs, you took down the Lakers team that wasn't playing well. LeBron was banged up. AD got banged up, missed a game or two. You beat the Denver Nuggets with their point guard, but I'm not going to put too much on that because Jamal Murray was injured way before the playoffs happened. You beat the Clippers without Kawhi didn't play not one game, so he wasn't a factor, period. So I'm not going to add that into that. Then you look at the East, look at the path that they're possibly going to play. Right now, the Eastern Conference Finals is literally a battle of 3 games, best out of 3.
Right.
And it's a war of attrition.
Pretty much.
One of those teams is going to limp out the Eastern Conference Finals.
And the Suns should sweep them.
I don't know about sweep.
They should sweep them.
But they should.
And they don't have. I'm talking about they don't have Trey
or Giannis.
They don't have Giannis. Nigga, brooms coming out. The witches are riding. Them brooms coming out.
So them brooms coming out.
But now, with Giannis or Trey playing, it might be more entertaining. It may be more competitive.
Yeah.
But if them two not playing on respective teams,
call it a wrap.
Call it a wrap, bro. I'm sorry. I'm telling you. The witches be riding.
And imagine the headlines if the Suns don't win this finals, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to go in.
They're going to go all the way in.
They're going to go all the way in on CP3.
I will say this. What up, Dose? Stone. Shout out to my man, Kofi Weeson.
Kofi Weeson, what's up, bro? Shout out Kofi Weeson, good brother both.
All right.
The host of the Dirty Hills podcast. So if you are a wrestling head, go check them fellas out. You can check them out on the I.O.W network every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or you can always go to their YouTube page, Dirty Hills, and go show them boys some love for show. Appreciate y'all.
He said headline should go in on the Clippers. Been sick, but I'm back. Welcome back, bro. Glad you got I'm glad you got healthy.
Yeah. I'm glad you helped.
Nigga, I hope it wasn't COVID.
Either COVID or that was a good penicillin shot, my
Right,
man.
right. And you got that red soap. And they got red lobsters on the crouch. For the seafood lover in you.
No, glad you're feeling better.
Glad you're feeling, bro. Glad you're feeling better, bro. Glad you're feeling better.
But I'm telling you, them headlines are going to kill CP3.
But I'll say this:
don't win them finals, bro.
I think if Giannis was healthy and they played Milwaukee, it won't be as bad. The headlines, but if they limp into it without Giannis, or the Hawks limp into it without Trey and they lose,
they gonna roast.
It's over with.
The headlines will roast CP3 for that shit.
It's over with.
Look, end of the day, I know this. If CP3 continues to play like he did last night, it don't even matter if Giannis is there. It won't even matter if Trey is there. Because I mean, I just like the roster of the Suns.
I do too.
DeAndre Ayton, he looked like he's finally being that big man that he was supposed to be.
Right.
I mean, you know what Booker brings.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that dude, he's and that's a crazy thing. You know, Booker didn't necessarily have a great series besides that first game.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you know you got CP3 who didn't have, you know, 3 not spectacular games coming off of COVID, and then Booker pretty much had one hell of a game 1, and then kind of, you know, cooled off 2, 3, and 4 in game 5.
Right.
Had a solid game last night in game 6. But you still win the series. You know, you got good. Look, Jay Crowder had a good sighting last night.
Right.
Well, we was looking for him. You know what I'm saying? Especially from what he did in that Denver series or leading up, period.
To the Lakers series.
He had a good series against the Lakers, good series against Denver.
That nigga was trolling LeBron.
Yeah. And then you couldn't find him in the Western Conference Finals. He finally came back last night. So what, like,
back from vacation.
Hey, but we said this before. Usually the most healthiest team at the end of the playoffs is more than likely going to be a champ.
That's true.
Suns is more healthiest team right now.
Right. Especially because the East, they losing people left and right.
Man, I'm telling you.
They losing people like the plague. The black plague.
The East look like a damn infirmary.
Right. He's like COVID-19 all over again. It said, Kofi say Suns versus Atlanta. Suns win the whole thing, but I'm glad to get a new champion. I'm sweet with that. I'm cool with that. That's what I said. I said without Giannis, it's gonna be Suns in Atlanta. And Suns should be able to beat Atlanta. So now you brought that up, I want to raise this question.
Yeah.
Now, speaking kind of what Kofi said, you know, people have been talking about first time in a long time you don't have quote unquote real superstars in the playoffs or real blue blood teams in the playoffs. You don't have a Lakers, you know. You don't have what Brooklyn considered the favorite.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have a KD, you don't have a Kyrie, you don't have a LeBron, no Steph. You know, when you know Giannis, you can argue is one, but it's still in a small market.
Yeah.
And you know, and going back to what Stephen A had said a while back when Dane was first talking about leaving and said that that teams need to have these superstars in big market teams, not the small market teams. Now, wait a minute. Now lay that foundation.
I got you.
Now here's the question: are the playoffs better or worse without them?
Well, the playoffs been exciting as hell to me. Look. The only time that I really think about LeBron is either he comes out with a comment,
right,
and I got to talk about it because we are on a sports show,
right,
or you know, just you know, he promoting Space Jam,
right.
Other than that, I ain't even thought not one time about LeBron. I mean, the playoffs has been just fine. And I see the same thing. Oh, the injuries, they're messing up the playoffs and this and that. I was listening to Cowherd the other day, and he pulled up the ratings. The ratings ain't down.
Right.
The ratings are not down. I understand that is better business for the NBA to have a LeBron there. It's better business to have a Steph there. It's better business to have the Nets with the big three there. I get it because the storyline fits their narrative and it makes things pop and get people. And what they're trying to do is grab the non-basketball viewers who don't watch it on a consistent basis,
right?
Because they want to see the big names there,
right?
But to me, it ain't changed nothing.
I agree. I agree with that. I really agree with that. Kofi said those people aren't fans of teams, but the players, which is whack. It's still the same, but we have to realize there are other players that's just as good.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great point. I think sometimes those players get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Behind LeBron, behind KD, behind Steph, behind Kyrie. You know, when they are playing in playoffs, when they're playing in the finals, that's all you hear about.
I hear you.
But what about the other players who are just as good on better teams? For me, I think it helps the sport. I think it lifts the sport up because if I'm in Phoenix and all I can see is the Lakers always playing.
Yeah.
All I can see is the East Coast team always playing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to follow my team, but after a while, I was like, man, I don't even care about the finals.
Because I know what's going to happen.
I know what's going to happen.
I know
the Lakers going to win.
Yeah.
They got 17 banners, you know. Okay.
Oh, LeBron, yeah.
Right.
You're going to be there.
So now, if you take Phoenix and the Phoenix small market team in the finals, you take other small market teams who team didn't make it, they become secondary fans of those teams. Because people, like you said, people like the underdog. Or people like to watch people who is not like the rest. Who's not you consider like the Lakers blue blood team.
Yeah.
And sometimes you want to see teams, especially you a small market team, also another fellow small market team play. And you begin to root for them. You can root for Chris Paul. You can root for J. Cole. You can root for Book. You can root for them because, you see what they're doing. They're not getting that height. Like if Utah was there, you can root for them because it's like, oh, okay, bet I can see that.
To me, it's refreshing.
Right.
It's good to see some teams that's not normally in that position make it to that position.
I agree.
When you get to this point of the year, NBA, NFL, baseball, all the major sports are looking for what? A good storyline to sell to fans who don't normally watch their product.
I mean, look at the Yankees, man. Remember back when the Yankees was just running all through people. And, first thing you probably want to say was, man, they buying players.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, because the Yankees is my second team. That's because of the Jeter connection, to Michigan and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, the Tigers still my first team. But you look at the Yankees. Oh, okay, they the evil empire. They get whoever they want and blah, blah, blah. People kind of get turned off by that.
Yeah.
And I understand.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But then when you can get the Diamondbacks winning.
Patriots a good example.
Good example.
Good example.
When you can get
tired of seeing them motherfuckers.
When you finally get the Cubs winning.
Yeah.
People started because the Cubs was like the story. 103 years. And every time you see them getting close, we always go back. We go back to the Moises Alou thing,
Yeah. Bartman.
Yeah, Bartman. You still hear about that. You know what I'm saying? And you still, I think he may be safe since they finally won.
Oh no.
He may be safe since they finally won.
I don't think he's safe.
Because now
I think he never be safe.
Because now you can say, okay,
you never got to hit him.
We got one. We got one.
Yeah.
So go think about those teams that win. I mean, shoot, what's the name? Las Vegas winning the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
That's great because they just got into the league 3 years ago. They won 2005. Hurricanes winning.
Yeah.
You know,
There
it
was an
wasn't.
expansion
It
team.
wasn't the usual. The Red Wings.
Yeah.
It wasn't the usual Colorado. It wasn't. You know, Edmonton and the Canadians and
the Rangers
the Rangers you used to hearing about.
Yeah.
So people kind of like, okay, bam. You know, we can go online any sport. You know, when those small market teams, if the Jets ever win,
that fan base is gonna go nuts.
If the Jets ever win, everybody go to church. God coming back.
Get all your shit in order.
If the Lions win,
first of all, don't remind the people what you're gonna do with the Lions win.
If the Lions win,
oh my gosh, this guy,
wake yourself up. It's a dream. And I'm gonna stand on the table.
Mad.
And I'm gonna stand on the table and put my dick out.
No, see. Remind me not to come in on the studio that day.
And then when I be sitting there, like,
I will be doing the show remotely from my house. I will be doing the show remotely from my house.
Nigga, the Lions win. The Lions win. Hey, why is this thing so sticky?
No worry about that. I won't be here. I won't be here. Because I won't no parts of that. I will be at 4312 Snap Turtle Drive.
Hey, look, nigga, we share everything right here.
No,
we must celebrate that.
No, sir, we don't share that. We don't share that. I love you like a big brother, but we don't share that. I will call you and congratulate you on all the years of misery, and you guys finally made it. You know, but I won't share none of that celebration with that shit.
And shoot, Cleveland too.
Hey, yeah.
You know, Cleveland win.
Hey, Cleveland,
they got a good chance.
Hey, they had to go nuts when Brian brought that championship back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was talking about the Browns.
If the Browns win, if the Browns win, they might not have a city. They gonna tear that bitch.
But the Browns have a good chance now, and that's another good story.
Yeah, it's a good story. And so look, I'm with you. I hate that narrative that say, it's boring, it's bad basketball, but. Have y'all been watching these playoff games? It's been phenomenal stuff, entertaining stuff to watch. So the NBA is still getting exactly what they want. Mm-hmm. They're still getting the viewership. They're still getting people to talk about it. We're talking about it right now. We just spent the last 55 minutes talking about NBA.
Right.
The NBA is still getting the result that they want. They're the leading headlines across every damn sports podcast around every sports center that comes on at 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock at midnight.
Right.
They're the leading topic on every sports show in the morning on First Take, First Things First, Skip and Shannon Undisputed, Speak for Yourself. They are the Jump. They are the leading sports headline. So the NBA is doing just damn fine.
Right.
But on that note, y'all, our number one in the books.
In the books.
So if you don't have the I.O.W. Network app,
download.
Go download it right now. If you are an Apple iOS user, go to the Apple Store. If you are a Google Android user, go to the Google Play Store. Download the I.O.W. Network app because we are about to go to hour number 2 exclusively on that app.
Backpack.
See you at number 2.
Backpack.
Peace.